down in the States between 86 and 87. I landed in New York in July 84, actually. I went to Paris and I had my MFA in 87. Regardless of my MFA, home the idea of behind black hole, it's a conceptual idea. It's not, unlike the paintings or the etching or sculpture. This one is my first conceptual and it's an installation. When I was in New York, I had like a cultural shock. Not because I'm not Lebanese, we are Westernized. We have learned languages since our early age. I have been to New York in '79, so I know about New York. But during the 10 years of war in Lebanon, spent in Lebanon, I was like aware of the art scene, what was going on in America and the States. When I landed in New York, I started to, after really, couldn't come back to Lebanon because in New York we were supposed just to have like a break from the war and come back to Lebanon, like before whatever time. But since things get worse and worse in Lebanon, we decided to settle down there, send the kids to the school and live there. I went to Paris. I started to go to museums, to galleries, see the works of artists, and then I had the cultural shock that I had was seeing the artworks of American artists and having flashback of my life in Lebanon. That's why I titled the Black Hole Art and Life. I had a vision of it. I started to do like sketches or write about my remarks about life in Lebanon, my life in Lebanon, and the art I was watching and seeing in the States, especially in New York. So, and I was really mad and angry at everything because all what I have lived, in Beirut, I was seeing like some affinities between the art I was seeing in New York. The disasters of war in Lebanon, I was seeing specimens of them done, made into artwork. So I titled my first of all my Black Hole Art and Life. I had in my mind to put myself within the context of the war in Lebanon. So I bought a black plastic room and envisioned myself in a shelter, the shelter that I used to live in for 10 years of the war in Beirut with my kids who never saw the light. Outside there's a shelter from time to time. And based on the concept of the war, based on the idea that at times of war we lack the luxury of space because 40 families with their kids used to live in the same shelter in our building. And lack of space first, so we don't have the luxury of having painting canvases, and we lack the luxury of having paint or whatever. So that's why I choose the cheapest means to make my installation. Black hole in plastic vinyl, and three crayon pencils that the kids start to color pencil, and Xeroxes, photocopies. And my remarks, I was writing my remarks about New York art scene and the artworks I was seeing there, and comparing them to my life here. It's somehow it's very sarcastic. You have to read it all to see, the sarcasm behind it. And it tells about my rebellion against the policy of America that they trigger war in the foreign countries, and their artists, their own artists, made artworks out of our museum. So I took many specimens of taken from newspaper and the magazine or whatever during the war that I had at that time, and made the affinity between them and the sculpture or the artworks of famous artists, American artists that were at the museum at that time. So if you can come here and see, I will read to you. It's very sarcastic. I was in New York, and I found out about what is called a trend or a movement called total art. Total art, where everything is included: sculptures, with the installation, drawing, sketches, music, everything. And here, I was really sarcastic by saying Beirut is the environment by excellence for the future, that I used to hold it. Future, where all happiness, because the total art is based on happiness, like the futuristic, Dadaist, like to myself, all happiness as purpose-made artistic forms, a total art, that's mine. It was the first time I was confronted with a word like that, where no distinction between the viewing and the viewed, where all senses are interlinked, somehow another, somehow no barrier between fantasy and reality. Black mask, I was talking about the war in Lebanon. Black mask, I took pictures of هيك فارو هيك كاول هيك etc. Expectation and surprises. Actually, we have expectation, like in total art. Daily emotions. في عنا daily east and west, بيروت تغير بيروت. Exchange always the exuberant heating with machine artillery. Sky sniper القناصين بفرنت think of like Katrina I'm French educated, make the antibody test. I'm using sarcastic word, antibody test on an anonymous basis. It's art for art's sake. Mahha Bacho بيعطلوا كأنه art for art's sake يعني بس هيك. But I consider like appearance of the art deco. شوفي هون بيت من هون مثل كأنه art deco. In the homes of the city, لأن في كتاب اسمه The Homes of the City, the Museum of the Homes, and not the Homes of the Museum. هيدا في كتاب لواحد حدا كاتبين عنه اسمه Museum, the Homes of the Museum, and the museum has no more meaning. أنا حطيت the Museum of the Homes لأنه بيروت is becoming. Beirut is becoming the museum of the homes, and not the home of the museum. It's a title of a book by a well-known and the perforated walls from the ballet and everything give the best illusion space. I am using words and being sarcastic here. The privileged word, music, a choir of machine guns and artillery, with sporadic notes. There was a book very, very interesting at that time that I was reading it, not only on the index, but on the whole entirety. Notes on the index, it's a book, you can Google it, notes on the index, and you can see. I'm just taking, the word literally and being sarcastic. Not only on the index, like the index, it's a mark of the artist, but I in the whole entire. Following this could be either a kitsch death without a religious experience يعني بلا ما بيموتوا بيقبروهم كيف ما كان or an avant-gardist style where the artist and his work are one the killer and the victim يعني I mean by it السيارات المفخخة عرفتي كيف؟ يعني يلي بيموت ضحايا من السكاي سنابر أو one avant-gardist style تصور هي لقلك إنه سيارة مفخخة بيروح حاله و all improvisation are to some extent happening exactly maybe you should have it